For we rejoice in the hope of the Lord. But not only that, we rejoice in the sufferings and the tribulations, because those hard times produce perseverance, and the perseverance produces character. The character produces hope. That's Romans 5:3. I've talked about that before, but I just felt like it was worth repeating, because I go through days where I just feel like my heart is getting swallowed up, and I've got my own things I'm dealing with, and dealing with people that you would rather not. And yet we're called to have patience and grace with all of those around us, despite some people being very difficult. I know that I can be difficult, so we have to give that grace. And I'm seeing a lot of brothers and sisters dealing with a lot of things. Everybody's dealing with something, and yet there are so many people that would, in a second, switch places with us, because things always seem worse from our own perspective. When we look at everything through the pinhole of our own pain. I think I just stole that from a blasphemous movie. But it all produces hope, because our character is forged through the tough times. So we do need to rejoice in those, like the Apostle Paul did. The Apostle Paul had so much joy, and you know why? Because when he was in jail, he rejoiced. He didn't care about his flesh. He didn't care about his physical freedom. He was willing to give that up for the sake of sharing the gospel, and not just sharing it verbally, but sharing it with his very freedom. When the Roman guard was about to take his life because he thought the prisoners was going to escape, and Paul said, "Do not kill yourself, for we're still here." He spoke the gospel through his actions. Sometimes taking a call when the last thing you feel like doing is being on the phone and hearing a brother out is a tiny little semblance of carrying the cross for one another, because we all have pain, we all have sorrow, we're all broken in some way, even though a lot of people pridefully won't admit it. We all know that at the end of the day, that's true. We all have sin. Those who say they have no sin are liars. Jesus told us that. And yet there's people that are blinded in this world. Pride on both sides of the aisle will always destroy. But taking joy in the Lord, even when you're going through tribulations, is always beneficial, because the tribulations produce perseverance, the perseverance, character, and character, hope. So put that hope in the Lord. Whatever you're going through, the Lord has been through it. Seek him today. God bless you. See you tomorrow.